In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Go Dan. Hello, welcome to this deadline hour with myself and Dan on the Elite FPL channel, where we'll be Dan is going to be answering all your questions that you have ahead of Gameweek 17. Good afternoon, Dan. Were you kept awake with all the fireworks last night?
Mate, I was kept awake with ships. Believe it or not, we got some ships here in the bay, and at 12 o'clock...
Oh, ships!
Yeah, ships. So a few fireworks, but at about 12 o'clock, they were all sounding their horns, and it was really weird, but quite
Here we are, everybody. We're going to be talking ships. Dan, have you any more anecdotes about ships? No, we're not going to be talking about ships. We are here to talk, like I said, about Game Week 17. If you're all excited for Game Week 17, hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. And if you are brand new around here, hit the subscribe button. We are going to be rapid firing through all these questions, and Dan will be answering as many as you can. Dan, are you all set for this specific game week? You said before we came on air, and I told you, don't say a word. You said you'd done some transfers.
A transfer, yeah. Kept it quite sensible this game week. Tried to not be too complicated. Obviously, we did the stream yesterday, and yeah, looking into my team, I'm fairly happy with it. Really, I mean, all the anticipations for game week 18, double game week 19 as well. But we've got these games coming up thick and fast over the next few days, and yeah, just the one transfer.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Dan. What was that transfer? I'm desperate to know as a rival. Who did you panic in?
No, there's no panic, mate. There's no panic. So I got rid of Charlie Taylor. Wasn't sure if he was going to be fit to play against Fulham. I got in Matt Lowton. 4.4
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, it's all these Burnley games that we've been covering, mate. I must be... Yeah, but I mean, up against Fulham, at home, cheap defender.
Could you not afford Eric Peters, just of interest?
No. So, it just, Lowton's been starting the games. I know people have been talking about Peters, but I'm happy with that transfer. Fulham have got a few injuries. Burnley at home, rock solid. This is when Burnley conceded, of course, for the first time at home in a million years recently. But no, I'm happy with it. The rest of my team is fine, really. I think Leeds might probably concede against Tottenham, but you never know. Dallas has been getting a couple of goals recently. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. And then it's more just a case of the captaincy. At the moment, my captain is Salah.
Interesting. I'm sticking with Son. I thought of something that Bilal said yesterday, and he said, I said that classic line of, look, why is it that you're doing so well at predicting, but not so well? He's doing okay. He's 300,000 for crying out loud. It's 2 million better off than me. But why are you so good at predicting games, but not doing so well at FPL? And he just simply said, because I've got nothing influencing my decisions on fantasy football. And it's the same for me. I've really got to stop being influenced by others, or just stick with my own decisions. And to be honest with you, Dan, I'm sticking with my own decision, and that decision is Son captain. I'm just leaving it as it is. Done. Happy days. But we're not here for me and we are here for me and you. We can all be selfish gits. But let's just get on with the questions, because I know people like Martin McFly are going to be panicking about absolutely nothing. But Jan Eric Rosenland, you were the first one here. Good afternoon, Power Heavy Metal. Hello, Happy New Year. Dread FPL. Let's go. Excelor 8. Boom. Neon Pop Tart. Happy New Year. Yo, yo, yo. Fataluna Hamza. Fataluma Hamza is saying, yo, 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 2021. Vince Funo Chapman saying, welcome to the Head Loss Deadline Panic Stream. There will be stress, fireworks and counselling. Paracetamol is not included. Dan, no one seems to ever like speaking on our streams. Well, what do you reckon the reason is to why people don't seem to interact with us on these streams, despite the fact we got like 25 people watching at the moment? No one seems to want to talk. What's going on?
Maybe they've got some sore heads from last night, perhaps. I don't know. Then maybe that's just putting them off talking. But yeah, we're always here to answer these questions ahead of this 4 o'clock deadline on a Friday. Obviously, it is New Year's Day. Happy New Year to everybody. And get the questions popping in the chat. And obviously, always great to talk with people. But maybe people are just feeling a bit delicate today. I don't know.
They may be feeling delicate today indeed. What do you think Neon Pop Tart is asking will be the highest scoring game week this game week, obviously.
What, the highest scoring game?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tricky one. I'm just looking at it now. I mean, I think there's going to be some goals spread around. I'm just literally looking at the fixtures now. I'm going to say there's going to be goals in Villa United tonight, actually.
Villa Man United tonight, okay. Archie is asking, will Salah deliver this week, Dan? He's your captain. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's been disappointing. This is the third time I'm going to captain Salah in 3 respective game weeks. And Against West Brom, that was frustrating, very frustrating. But, I mean, against Newcastle, he had the chances, but it's just one of those games where the Newcastle goalie had a fantastic game. Newcastle defended very well. He's getting into positions. And I just think, somebody in the chat mentioned before about Southampton play a slightly higher line, which we saw against Man City in the recent game that we covered. So, once again, it's a must-win for Newcastle, for Liverpool. And I think, hopefully, with that high line, Salah will have some chances in behind. But, it could be Mane as well against his former club. Always seems to do well against his former team. But it's just my gut instinct that to go for Salah. This particular game week, I have to admit, I haven't put a massive amount of thought into it because we've just been overloaded with so many game weeks, so much talk about postponement. And I've just thought, do you know what? I've looked at my team. I mean, it is tempting to kind of go with Fernandes, but I've just thought, sod it, I'm going to stick with my guns and go with Salah, really.
Sultan Saeed, you're late. Going to other streams, are we? Moving on to Abdul Kadir. Abdul Kadir. Who to captain? Who's the best captaincy this week, Dan? Who do you think is, if you were to have any player from this particular fixture list, who do you think is the best captaincy for yourself?
Well, as I said on the previous stream, I mean, Fernandes is certainly one to consider. The vice captaincy is on Fernandes for what it's worth at the moment. So that's certainly another player to consider. I mean, I'm looking at the games. They're
not great, are they?
Well, they're evenly matched, Steve. I mean, when you look at it, Newcastle coming off the back of a good result. Chelsea, Man City, that's going to be I'd imagine, quite an even game, really. So, I mean, if you've got Mane, actually, do you know what? I've just said that. I think if you've got Mane and you've got some cojones to do it, go for Mane captain against his old club. I've always got this thing about players up against their old club. They always do well. Mane's got a good record against Southampton. So, why not go Mane if you've got him, of course.
Hello, Nathan Bacon. Welcome, pal. Fruit Loops. Good afternoon. One Rovers Vlogs. Afternoon there. FPL Bear doing absolutely fantastically in the predictor game as well. Cy Bellamy's already done his transfer. Danny's brought in Maguire. What do you think about that, bringing in Maguire?
No, I can see the logic in that because game week 18, double game week 19, they've got some decent. Obviously, they've got Liverpool. That's going to be a tough one, but they've got some good fixtures. So, yeah, I mean, I would expect away to Burnley. High chance of a clean sheet. Game week 19, Liverpool, they're going to concede, but then they've got Fulham. And Maguire, he's more doing it this season for England from the set pieces than Man United, but could potentially nick a goal. So, and quite a cheap price. So, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Freddie Lewandon, your team's fine. Stick with it. What was I looking at here? There was someone that was saying something. Exel88 is saying, hi guys, hi, free. Would you free hit in game week 18 or not? I mean, to be honest, we don't really want to be talking about game week 18. In fact, I did a members only video. If you want to become a member and see some of the extra content that I do, then by all means, it's only $1.99. Hit the join button. But yeah, we're not really talking about game week 18, but just with one word, yes or no, Dan. Game week 18 free hit. That's a noise. That's it done. FPL Penguin. Good afternoon, pal.
Just make sure that you got City coverage, basically.
There we are. There's the advice there. Make sure you got City coverage. Dread FPL's thinking I'm thinking of doing Peters over Loughton. I've got a question for you, Dan. Right, and this is actually for me. Lacazette in for Calvert-Lewin. What do you reckon? Today.
Here I am advising a rival. Yeah, I think that's it. This is what the season's coming to now, isn't it? Like Lacazette, 2 goals in 2 games. I'd expect him to start against West Brom, really. I think that makes perfect sense. Then we've got Palace. So, yeah, Calvert-Lewin, I mean, today, West Ham, possible returns, and then we're going into then away to Wolves. That'll be a tougher game. So I think Lacazette's got more potential to deliver over those 2 game weeks in comparison to Calvert-Lewin, only because of the strength of the opponents, really.
And will Lacazette start both games?
I don't think so, though. That's the only thing. But
Brilliant.
But he can make an impact off the bench, as we've already seen. So, Aubameyang's not in great form at all by any shapes of the imagination. So, yes, but I mean, once again, it's tricky because West Brom, you know what they're going to do. They're going to stick that mega bus in front of the goal, jumbo jet, China wall. They're going to blockade it out, and it's going to be a tricky one. But Lacazette's in form, and he can't come off the bench, score the winner against Brighton, and then not start against West Brom. That wouldn't make any sense to me. So,
no, it wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you, Dan. I'm gonna leave the transfer as it is. Bruno or Salah captain? Archie is saying, who would you choose out of those two? Who would you captain?
The hard thing is that I've done my captaincy, but then you come onto this stream and it's like, because you're on a deadline hour stream, you're like, wait a minute, maybe I could. You're almost tempted. The people watching the stream, you're almost tempted to switch things around just at that last minute, which can often be fatal, by the way. I'm still going to go Salah, really. The only case you could make for Fernandes is the fact that Mings is suspended for Villa. But to be fair, against Chelsea, they handled it well. So I think Villa will set up in a similar way to the way they did against Chelsea and manage the game like that. And I'm looking out of all the games, Tottenham Leeds is the game I'm looking forward to the most, apart from the Arsenal, of course. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to Man United Villa. I think Villa are going to give them a good game, actually. And so I'm still going to say Salah, just because he had so many chances against Newcastle, and eventually he's got to convert some of these opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, by all means hit that subscribe button. And also, if you are new around here, hit that like button. I know I've said it the wrong way around, but I don't care. Nuclear Atoms is saying, I still haven't done my transfers. I was thinking of doing Grealish and Antonio out for Vardy and Saka. What do you think on that, Dan? Grealish and Antonio out for Vardy and Saka.
Let's just have a look at Leicester's games. I mean, I suppose they've got Newcastle, chances there. And then, looking at this one, I'm not sure about that because I think Grealish is, he's got the chance to create opportunities and do something tonight. So, Saka's been doing well. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't really think. I just feel that Grealish can still do something over the next couple of game weeks. So, no.
Jake Edwin Yaboa is saying, is it worth transferring Click to Rafinha since he's no longer on penalties and may be an injury concern? So Click to Rafinha.
Yeah, I like the look of Rafinha. I mentioned this against on the Burnley game, and I mentioned it in the Everton game as well. Rafinha, getting opportunities, skillful player. I mean, I think Leeds can score against Tottenham tomorrow, actually. I think they'll take the game to them, and Rafinha will be involved. So yeah, that makes perfect sense to me because obviously not on penalties. So, and even in game week 19, they got Brighton, decent fixture really. So, and they got Southampton as well. Sorry. So yeah, I might do it myself.
Dan, if you want to jump in the Discord, wait on air. We'll see if we can take some phone calls. There's a couple of people in there that will just quickly take some of their questions, see what they've got to say, because it'd be very interesting to see what they're do at the moment. But let's crack on with a few more questions while we're waiting. Adams to Watkins, what are your thoughts, Dan?
Oh, Watkins. What can I say? He, because I had him for like 3 or 4 game weeks, and he just returned nothing, and then got me 3 assists against Crystal Palace. So I'm not. The thing with Watkins is like hard-working striker. Sometimes we even drift out onto the wings. Nah. I'm not really feeling it because, like I say, he's not prolific. So no.
Right, okay. Are you going to jump in the on-air chat, Dan, or?
Right, let's do it now, bro.
Let's do it now. Right, let's bring on. Hopefully you'll be able to hear. Charlie, you're live on the show. Charlie, you there?
Hello, Steve. How's it going?
Charlie, what do you want to help with? It's the final 20 minutes, 40 minutes. What's the problem?
At the moment, I've gone. What do you think about Vardy captain?
Dan, Vardy captain, what are you thinking? Dan! Right, I'll give you my answer then. Vardy captain, I think it's a very, very good option. Leicester away against Newcastle. I think it's fantastic. Leicester in form at the moment. They're 4th, 5th in the table, ahead of Salah, Fernandez. I think it's worth doing, Charlie, to be honest with you. You've chosen it for a reason. Newcastle aren't exactly that great, I don't think. Dan, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. I can hear Charlie.
Right, okay. Vardy captain, what are you thinking?
Yes, definitely.
There we are, Charlie. Yes, definitely. Thanks for coming on air. Let's bring on FPL Penguin. FPL Penguin.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Long time no speak. What's the problem with the deadline hour? What's your concerns?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. I just want to say Happy New Year to you both.
We're not here to be having all the privileges.
Happy New Year.
Penguin. We're here to be talking about the deadline day and everything. One quick question for you then. Southampton versus Liverpool. As a Liverpool fan, what are your predictions for that particular game?
Well, I wouldn't captain Salah or Mane or any Liverpool player the way we're playing. Well, if we can't destroy someone like Newcastle or West Brom, put our chances away, I just think it's too risky to... I was just saying it talking to Charlie about it earlier. I just think it's too risky. I think if you look at players like Kane, Son, Bruno, I think they're the ones who are standout ones to captain this game week, and I feel they're much better captain choices than Salah and Mane. Well, that's me saying touch wood. Salah will probably go and get a hat-trick this week, but I just think Bruno, Kane, Son are the more favourable, in my opinion.
And who are you captaining?
The Hurricane, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, did you so well in virtual FPL. Cheers, Penguin. Thanks for coming on. Let's bring on Karma, baby. Let's bring on Karma, baby. Karma, baby, go for it.
Oh, hello. That was quick.
Yeah, hurry up. What's the question? We've only got 39 minutes left. What's the problem?
There's loads of time. Relax. Chill out. Don't panic. No
I'm
panic.
not panicking. That's Marty and Brian, but we've got lots of people that want their questions answered. We've got little time. What's the issue?
Yeah, you know how people just want to make big moves,
we
right?
need words.
So I am thinking of a very boring goalkeeper transfer from Ryan to Johnston. I don't see any other obvious moves. I'm just wondering, can anyone else see a better move?
We're going to be here all day looking at this. Have you thought about getting rid of Calvert-Lewin, for an example?
Home to West Ham? No.
Then
Doesn't make
the
sense.
answer is simply put, Ryan to Johnson, do it, get on with it. Dan, that's some of the callers. If anybody else wants to come on for a quick chat for 32 seconds, I don't know why Dan can't hear these people. I have no idea.
I can hear them.
Oh, but they can't hear you though, can they? That's the annoying thing there. Here is Mr. Panicker. Brian Taveras is saying Maddison versus Newcastle or Wood to Antonio or Rodrigo. What do you reckon, Dan?
Say that again, sorry.
Maddison versus Newcastle, or would you do Chris Wood to Antonio or Rodrigo?
I think Chris Wood to Antonio, just to set up for game week 19 before the price rise.
Toenail is saying, would you do a -4 Susek and Mane to Son and Rafinha? I mean, my answer straight away is don't be a fool, but Dan.
Say that, I've just literally reconnected. Sorry, we're having a few audio issues here.
Susek and Mane to Son and Rafinha. I think that's a mental move, but what do you think?
I think go for it. We've just talked.
Despite the fact you've literally just said that Mane could be a really good captaincy pick, you're now saying get rid of him for Son and Rafinha.
Yeah, definitely do it.
Okay, that's what we're here for. Matthew Zaishi is thinking about getting in Holding. Your thoughts on that, Rob Holding?
Well, I mean, I was considering that myself, actually, to be fair. I mean, up against West Brom, decent chance of a clean sheet. So, yeah, I'm fairly confident in saying he's nailed on, really. I mean, we've got David Luiz has been out. Pablo Mari and Holding seem to be the two choice centre-backs. I know Gabriel's been suspended for 2 games, so I think this would be the last game of his suspension, and he would either probably come in and replace Mari, which would be a bit unfortunate for him. So, Yeah, Holden's what is he, 4.4?
Oh yes, he is. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Let's bring on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin, you're live on air. What's the problem?
Oh, I've got a bit of a problem with my team because I had a shocking week last week. I got 25 points because 9 of my players blanked, which was a bit of a problem.
Still better than me. What's the problem, Austin?
Well, I think I've been pretty disappointed with my defence and maybe a bit with my attack, so I've decided to maybe go for a wildcard this week.
Okay, is this your first wildcard, is it?
No, I think it's my second, because obviously we've got a new one just come in, and I think if I want to climb it up, like trying to get my better rank back, and especially with the cup starting, I think maybe a new team might be better.
Despite the fact we got these blank game weeks, double game weeks, you'll think you'd just change it all now, eh?
Yeah, because, really, in game week 18, especially with like Man United and all those teams being added back in it, it's hardly really a blank week now. So and I think maybe a free hit on 19 and get all the, but then I'm thinking, do I actually need to take a free hit on game week 19 because most of my players already have like double game weeks if you have a look.
Yeah, absolutely. But what's the problem though, Austin? What's the main question here? Because we could be all day discussing a wildcard and everything, but.
Probably just with I think do I change get Son and DCL out? Are they the two? Because they're the two talking points. I think with how is it time for Son to go? But then he does have Leeds this week.
You've just answered your own question, mate. Son up against Leeds. He's going to be my captain person. He's going to be many other people's captains along with Kane. Kane's obviously going to be another decent option, point. That game could go either way. It could be 0-0, 1-1, 3-3, 3-2. It could be any old thing possible. I mean, your team's up on screen at the moment. Obviously, this is going to be a potential wildcard that you're thinking of doing, but I don't know why you would wildcard before this particular blank game week. I would just hold fire. Go into this specific game at game week 17, see what you get out of it, and then take it from there. Really, if you need to do an emergency transfers and everything. At the end of the day, game week 16 was a complete anomaly. People like myself only had 9 players playing. Someone like yourself only had whatever it worked out to be 4 or 5 players playing. So yeah. I think it's just an anomaly that you've just panicked over for no reason at all. I mean, the players that you're thinking of bringing in, Vardy, Rashford, Holding, Stones, Thier, they're just horrible players there. And Austin, mate, I wouldn't bother hitting that wild card whatsoever and getting rid of, who did you say, Son and who?
Well, I've got him. Well, I've got Regular on him and Diaz and what's his name? That Burnley player who's out, Charlie Taylor.
Yes.
And I think maybe I wasn't really sure about them. And I think maybe especially with DCL, he hasn't really done much for a few weeks now.
Yeah, certainly getting rid of Charlie Taylor. He won't be playing. I very much doubt he'll be playing whatsoever against Fulham. And DCL, Dan, is it time to go, in the famous words?
Famous words. I mean, against West Ham, like the previous caller said, I think he's got a good chance of returning. I know he's not exactly been firing on all cylinders, but I do think there's a high chance of him getting something against West Ham. So, particularly, I mean, I just agree with what Steve-O was saying. Like, I don't think you should be wildcarding yet with these game weeks coming up. You've still got the opportunity to free hit game week 19 potentially, and then just see how things go from then onwards. And you could, once you've got game week 18, 19 out of the way, then game week 20 onwards, you could set up a wild card with the fixtures going forward for that, really, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan's basically just saying use that wild card to help you out in the future rather than panicking over the poor game week they had. Austin, good luck with the game week, mate. Yeah, there we are, Dan. I think that was very, very sound advice, despite the fact he probably couldn't hear you whatsoever. I see Brew's here, afternoon, Brew. Fire Talk's here, afternoon, mate. Chris Thompson is saying, I might save my free hit for blank game week 29-33. Do we know how big they are going to be yet? The simple answer is No, however, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I have no interest whatsoever regarding this particular game week whatsoever. Game week 18 has no interest in me whatsoever. I think people are just panicking for no reason at all. Camboy Gaming is saying Bowen or Ward-Prowse, Dan?
Bowen. I like the look of Bowen, actually. I mean, Ward-Prowse, like, you've had him in before, and we know what he can do.
Still sadly got him.
Oh, yes, of course you have, yeah. So, I mean, 3-0 up against Sheffield United, he returned nothing. And, yeah, he is kind of that player that will return once in every 3 or 4 games. It's a bit like a pattern with Grealish that I noticed earlier on, that he returns every 2 to 3 game weeks, and he'll get, a big haul. But, yeah, Bowen, as I say, hopefully if Antonio's fit, and I feel like I literally say it's every stream we do, but if and when Antonio's fit, that's going to be a big big boost for Bowen as well, really, to have someone to work up alongside. So whenever those two play together or play off each other, that is going to benefit Bowen's game. So particularly going into game week 19, I think, Bowen, I have more confidence in him than Ward-Prowse.
FPL Penguin is thinking that the Spurs game is going to be a bit of a thriller with Leeds. Well, what are you thinking on that game specifically? I mean, in my case, I think I said 2-1 to Spurs, but it wouldn't surprise me if it ended 2-0, 1-0, something like that. Dan?
Well, I think I'm looking forward to watching it. That's one thing, because, Leeds, I just hope Leeds win so much. It'll be quality if they actually manage to beat Spurs there. I mean, they're going to go for it, I think. And I think they can cause Tottenham problems, really. Tottenham aren't exactly, last few games, they kind of slipped a little bit. They're going to be, because they had so much flack against Wolves, the way they played against Wolves was so negative. They're going to kind of, I don't know whether the players just going to come out and be like, no, actually, we're not just a defensive team, we can attack. They're going to be fresh with the postponement of the Fulham game as well. So I could easily see. I feel Tottenham will edge it out, but I could easily see it being like a score draw as well, really. So I mentioned before about Rafinha, Harrison as well. If you're looking for real differentials, like the look of Harrison, pretty much in every game that I've seen. But yeah, Leeds are probably apart from my favourite team of the season so far. So hoping for more Dallas returns as well. It's been such good value ever since we got them in last 3 to 4 game weeks.
Dallas, Justin or Safal to start, Jerry Millen's asking, Dan, who would you start at Dallas, Justin or Safal? That's quite an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah, the thing is, Justin's obviously, I looked at it earlier, Justin's now 5 million. I was so used to him being a lot less at the start of the season. So Justin away to Newcastle, you'd start Justin, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'd like to think.
And there's people in the chat have been saying about Sufal, there's doubts about him starting. I don't know whether that's... I know that he's become...
He didn't start one game, so that means that he's never going to start a game again.
He's become a father, wasn't it?
Well, yes, but he also started the game after his wife gave birth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the irony in everything, is that, in fact, Davey FPL said it on his video. He said that basically it's ironic that he started the game after she gave birth, and then a few days later doesn't start whatsoever. So very, very odd circumstances indeed. For the double game, I mean, again, Dilip is saying, who would you have for the double game week, Ings or Antonio?
Antonio.
Joe,
I'm a big Antonio fan. Like I say, whenever I see West Ham play, it is quality player, and with the fixtures that West Ham have got, as much as Ings is a quality player as well, I just feel that that there was a period last season, wasn't there, as well? The performance against Watford, but didn't you get 4 goals? And there's always a time when Antonio has like a purple patch and goes on a run, and for that and for the value as well, I think definitely Antonio, because obviously he's a bit cheaper than Ings.
Yeah, absolutely. What was it? Joe Armstrong is saying, as a Burnley fan, do you think Loughton will start? Well, he started the last God knows how many games, so I'd like to think it will start. Yeah, Yikang is saying, I'm planning to downgrade. He's just planning to downgrade Kevin De Bruyne to Rashford. What were you thinking on that, Dan? I mean, I think that's absolutely ludicrous.
It's funny you say that. United have got... Rashford's been in good form. United have got some good fixtures over the next... I know they've got Liverpool a few game weeks, but the thing is, I'm a bit burnt by De Bruyne after having him in, getting him in, and then captaining him and him not returning much, and Aguero not fully fit, Jesus. So it would free up some more funds. So actually, I don't think that's a bad move at all. In fairness,
there we are. Completely.
So they got Fulham. They got Fulham in double game week 19, and then obviously they got Burnley. So over the course of those 2 game weeks, and with that extra money that you save, yeah, not a bad shout.
Derek Galbraith is saying Martial or Antonio, or shall I stick with Giroud? I mean, get a grip of yourself, Derek, there. I mean, that's a quite simple answer here. Get Martial, for crying out loud. Dan, Giroud is an ex-Arsenal player. Would you rather have Martial, Antonio, or Giroud?
Yeah, I think the answers here are going to be Antonio. Martial, he's good in moments, but I just think with the fixtures, I'll go for Antonio. I mean, Martial, hit and miss for me. I never really fully trust him in FPL terms. Great player, but yeah, Giroud, no.
But there we are. There's the simple answer, especially the fact they got Man City this particular game week. Nuclear Atoms, who would you start out of? Martinez versus Man United or McCarthy versus Liverpool? Which of those two would you start?
It's difficult because...
I don't think it's difficult at all, Dan, but...
Oh, all right, okay. I think McCarthy might have more saves to make, actually. I think Villa are going to be more solid than Southampton, so I will go for McCarthy. So.
Whereas I will go with Martinez, because Martinez and Aston Villa over the last God knows how many weeks have shown form. Man United can't score, so I'd probably go with Martinez. Peter Peters, Zuma for Stones and Elzate. So Zuma in for Stones. This is madness. And Elzate in for Zaha. No. Right. No, not for me, Dan.
Up against Sheffield United, and he just scored a brilliant goal against Leicester. So I don't quite understand that one, actually, I have to say.
No, I think that's a ridiculous move there, Peter Peters. James Gwynn saying Grealish for Harvey Barnes or Rafinha. I mean, it sounds like we're getting a bit of a theme going on here. Rafinha scores 1 goal, all of a sudden he's the flavour of the week. Dan, Grealish out for Harvey Barnes or Rafinha?
No, I don't think so. I still feel Grealish is going to do something tonight. So I know Harvey Barnes has gone on a little bit of run, but you know when you have a thing, when you've had players in your team before, like previous seasons, and they've done Jack basically. So yeah, I said with the amount of chances that Grealish has created previously, you know, he created the most chances in the Premier League this season. So no, I just stick with Grealish.
I just laughed there because we've just had something towards you, and I think I know the answer to this. But Adamov's 10 is saying, "What is your hatred towards Aston Villa, Dan? Have you got a hatred?"
No, I think the guy it's absolutely ludicrous saying that because I like watching Villa. I don't have any hatred to Villa whatsoever. I've been to Villa Park. I've got friends that are Villa fans. I actually really like Villa, so. I like the tradition, so yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Nor do I. I have no idea where this fool is saying this. Mud Fadzilia, thoughts on doubling up on Leeds attackers, Dan?
Well, I've got Bamford, so yeah, I think a lot of people have got Bamford. I'm not too sure exact ownership, but I don't know about doubling up, but. You know, I mentioned before you could get Harrison in there, Rafinha, and then maybe Bamford as well. So you could have 2 attackers in that sense, really. But I just want to pick out a comment from the chat, actually, Karma Baby, saying about Sterling being a better option in the Man City midfield. Cheaper than KDB and in better form. I don't understand why he isn't talked about more. His 4.1% ownership is ludicrous. What do you think of that?
The issue with Sterling is the fact that everybody's concerned that he's just not consistent enough. You know, I think the guy is a not quite a world class player, but on his day he can be. He likes to attack. He's one of the more better players for Man City. I just think that Kevin De Bruyne is the safety option. I mean, Karma Baby, I think that Sterling's a perfectly good option to have. I mean, you're more of the expert on football than me, Dan. Tell us more about Sterling and your thoughts on him.
Well, I mean, based on the last couple of seasons, we've had some madness from Sterling with his returns, and been excellent over the last few years with the goals and assists. Whereas this season, it's not really hit the ground running as we'd expect as an asset. But in recent game weeks, neither is De Bruyne. So, as I keep saying, with Jesus not firing on all cylinders, Aguero with his knee injury, getting on a little bit now, I can certainly see what Karma Baby is saying, because at this particular point of the season, kind of like nearly basically halfway through, essentially, with a double game week coming up, it would be quite a nice differential, particularly at that ownership, to get Sterling in, captain him for that double game week, maybe even triple captain him for that double game week. And with those fixtures, that could be a way to shoot back up a mini league. So I can see, the logic in that. I just think he's potentially a bit more explosive than De Bruyne as well. Absolutely,
Dan. Bilal is on the same thought processes as me. Thank you, pal. Salah is saying, who would you my goodness, Crazy Jack's here, which probably means that he's having a good game week. That's why he's come out of the blue. Here we are. Who to captain out of Kane, Son, Bruno, Salah, Dan? I mean, it's just a toss of the coin with them four, isn't it? But who do you think?
Yeah, I'll still stick by my gun, say Salah, but I can understand why people would go for Son or Kane, because I do think that will be, Leeds will give Tottenham chances, the chances will be offered out there, but I just think like the way you've got a 12.6 million player in your team up against Southampton, who will attack more than the likes of West Brom and Newcastle. I just think eventually, with the way things are going, one of these games Salah's got to explode. So maybe I'm just hoping a little bit, but yeah, I can see what. Yeah, that's my. Going to stick to my guns on that one.
Yeah, Joe Beddoes is saying Wilson and Bamford is the way to go up front. It's cheap as chips as well, and it makes the fact that you can get a decent midfielder there, absolutely. Puyol is saying, I've just raged a -4 Grealish and Benrahma out for Rashford and Smith Rowe. Dad, what do you think about that -4 Grealish and Benrahma out for Rashford and Smith Rowe?
Wow. Smith Rowe. Like the guy, don't get me wrong, but yeah, not the first player I think. Does he just want a guy that plays and is going to help him get Rashford in? I don't know. I can't see Smith Rowe getting any returns, really. Neat, tidy player, good movement, but he doesn't exactly get lots of opportunities. So not sure on that one. But talked about Rashford before. I can see the logic in getting Rashford in.
Nick Treadwell, the man that is top of he's certainly in the top 4 of the Invitational League. For me, Sterling is the better short-term option. Kevin De Bruyne is defo better for the long term. We have 26 minutes left, Dan.
Are you considering any last-minute transfers?
Well, I've already said Lacazette in to Calvert-Lewin.
Are you going to do it? Live on air? Or is this when the mind games kick in?
I don't know. What do you think, Dan? I mean, it's just a blank game week player going out for a blank game week, coming in for a blank game week player.
Yeah, actually, when you think about it like that. I mean, a lot of people, with the transfers they're doing, I guess they're, anticipating for game week 18 price rises and everything with ownership of certain players, like Rashford, for example. But like you, I'm not really that sold on game week 18. I'm more onto game week 19, thinking of potentially, I don't know. If Salah doesn't deliver against Southampton, it's almost tempting to think, stuff it, get rid of him again and get Sterling in, and then triple captain him, double game week 19. I know we get a lot of people that come on and they're high ranked, they're doing really well in their cash mini leagues and they're the top, and they want to almost like play it safe. But me and you, we're kind of like, top million or whatever it is, 50th, 14th in our respective mini leagues. Like, it's almost you just want to take a risk just to have a bit of fun with it as well.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Sweatshy is saying, I went Grealish to Rashford and Mendy to Alioski. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, it's essentially Grealish to Rashford. I think that's not a bad idea at all. Is Vardy in for Calvert-Lewin any good for a hit?
Say Vardy to Calvert-Lewin?
Vardy in for Calvert-Lewin for a hit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think so, really, because I mean, you have to remind me on the history, but I feel like Leicester have got a good history against Newcastle away. And Leicester's away form, Vardy's away form. Yeah, I think that could be good. But then you can look at it also, and I'm just thinking now Newcastle will just sit back and there won't be a lot of space in behind. But yeah, I can see why you'd be tempted to do that, actually. Because West Ham, I know I've said that Calvin's got a chance, but West Ham this season have been very well organised defensively. You know, they've got Bonner at the back there. You know, they've got some aerial presence to deal with Calvert-Lewin with his aerial ability as well. So, a tough one to call, but my gut instinct says, yeah, go for it.
Chris Thompson, why is your team named after an old Russian rifle? It was on Call of Duty World at War like 10 years ago, and I recognise the name. You've hit the nail on the head. It was my favourite weapon in World at War, and that's why I called it that. So there.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that is the correct answer. Nuclear Atoms, I heard Edison is out with Blovard. Yep, that's correct. Should I bench Diaz for Safal? Yes, Edison is out. So what do you reckon? Bench Diaz for Safal? Dan, I wouldn't bother myself, but what do you think?
No, that's just interesting. I don't know who Man City's backup goalie is. That's very interesting, actually.
Is it Bravo? Am I going mad?
I can't be.
Was he sold?
Surely it can't. It's not Richard Wright, is it?
Lucas Davison, would you buy Holding, Stones, or Loughton?
Holding.
It's Paulie saying it's Stefan or Scott Carson.
Yes, and he's Scott Carson. Bloody hell! Jesus, no, he's still around at Trafford. They've got a goalkeeper called Trafford. It's Man City. That's ironic, but. Yeah, I wonder how long Edison will be out for, because you could potentially get, this Stefan at 4.4 in for Gameweek 18, Gameweek 19, depending on how long Edison's out, though, isn't it, I suppose? So I need to sort of calm my excitement a bit about that.
FPL Maestro, are you set on your captain, Steve? Oh, absolutely, I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. McGoldrick or Ward-Prowse, Cammy Boy is saying neither. Don't bother him again. Would you guys play Rodrigo over Susek or Dallas? Over Grekler. Grekler is asking, would you play Rodrigo over Susek or Dallas over Sufal? Dan. I'd play Rodrigo. No, I'd play Dallas over Sufal.
Yeah, Dallas over Sufal. There's a bit of doubts for him starting. Rodrigo over Susek as well. Yeah, really. Because like I said, Rodrigo, when I've seen him, always looks a bit dangerous. So, yeah, I mean. Somebody's saying Arsenal's backup keeper looks decent. Yeah, the one from the Poundland, the Iceland keeper. Yeah, great. But no, it is interesting about that goalkeeping situation. I have to keep an eye on that one.
Thanks for the kind words, Abhay. Enjoying the Discord server. That's
Nuclear Atom. Nuclear Atoms is saying that. Do you think Salah will haul since Vestergaard is out? I didn't even know Vestergaard was out, so that actually.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Does that tempt you even more with the Salah captaincy?
Oh, solidifies my decision even more. I do like Vestergaard, actually. I think he's a very solid defender. So, and he's a big influence for Southampton at the back there. So, yeah, this give me a bit more confidence.
Manan is saying, will Kane score after blanking in 3 games?
Yeah, he probably will.
Dan, I've got a question for you again. Do I get in Lacazette for Calvert-Lewin? He's got better fixtures than Everton, I think. And I tell you what, Dan,
You ain't got long, Steve-O.
15. No, we've got less than 15 minutes. 12 minutes to go.
If you do it too late, that app. And,
I'm on the website. Don't worry about that. That's all fine. It's just the minutes.
Well, let's see what the chat say. Hold on, let's see what the chat say. Just with them in the crowd and that.
Okay, let's ask the crowd. Do you think, just of interest, should I do Lacazette in for Calvert-Lewin? Crazy Jack, in Lacazette we trust. Rajan is saying, yep, go for Lacazette. Nuclear Atoms, isn't Lacazette a rotation risk? Alex the Kid is saying, yep, go for it. Nick Treadwell, we all know this will end with Lacazette in. FPL Maestro, do it. Seb Long, yes, no. What?
Is that from -4?
No, for free. For free.
Okay.
Karma Baby isn't happy with that. He's saying, don't trust Arsenal. Paulie's saying, I keep DCL. Had the rest because the last game was cancelled and Richarlison is back. Oh, yeah, that's a very good point indeed, yes.
Richarlison makes a big difference. And we saw that in the League Cup game against Man United when Richarlison wasn't playing. Everton did look a bit flat. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Steve. Like, Arteta does seem to have his favourites. And Lacazette isn't one of them.
Well, there we are. The crowd and Dan have spoken. I am leaving that team as it is. Although next week I'll want to be bringing in double Arsenal. But who will that double Arsenal be, Dan? That is the question. Saka and Tierney. Jim Parry, hello mate. Welcome, pal. DCL is proven. Lacazette is. What do you think about this? Calvert-Lewin is proven. Lacazette is far from it.
I think it's the other way around. Lacazette is proven. DCL is far from it. I mean, DCL has proved lots of things this season, and even like last season as well. So Lacazette, last season he was terrible, really, for his price tag, and the season before. So, but I have to say, Lacazette has looked hungry in these recent games, and he's sort of playing with a bit more confidence. So, I mean, Alex the Kid there saying Lacazette will get your rank up. That's a good point. That's a good point. This is when we got to time this point of the season kind of take risks a little bit. DCL will hold it. Very good point. I mean, Nuclear Atoms here saying, Steve, why don't you bring out Saka for JWP then? What do you think about that?
Well, more to the point, what do you think? Will Saka start at a bit of an injury risk and everything? Will he actually play? Whereas James Ward-Prowse will definitely start for Southampton, and Liverpool aren't looking that great away from home. So I think I'd rather just keep JWP for one, begrudgingly, for one more week. Dan, I mean, you're the Arsenal fan here. Saka, come on. What were you thinking?
The thing is, like, as I said on the last stream, it's seeing players like El Ghazi, Neto, other players, that you see, and you see the potentials, and then you don't act upon it, and you miss out. So I think Saka's. I wish I could do it, actually. I mean, I could if I had to. But I don't want to take Grealish out. So I think Saka. I'd have more confidence getting Saka in comparison to Lacazette for DCL.
Yeah, absolutely. DCL, Jim Parry saying, is also rested at this moment. I'm starting Saka, but JWP has got those set paces. Adamov, Steve-O's 2020-21, the year for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Well, if he actually plays, he's a great player. Nothing wrong with him. Dunk is asking, do you think Mitchell will hold his spot in the Palace team against Sheffield United, Dan?
Not sure. I mean, I had Mitchell at the start of the season. He had some great returns, and then obviously took him out after a certain point. So possibly. I can't really say with any certainty that one.
Should I FPL Rangers? Should I play Dallas instead of Cresswell or Susek? Already have Bamford and Rafinha. In other words, would you rather triple up on Leeds this particular game week, or would you bring in a couple of the West Ham players for tonight? 8 minutes.
I'd say go Cresswell, actually, because you've already got Bamford and Rafinha. I think they will concede, so yeah, go Cresswell.
Alex the Kid, what's your plans for future game weeks? Members only video. You'll find out there. I wouldn't want to be relying on Mitchell to start. Dread FPL is saying.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. I was just uncertain about that one. Don't know. So
Matt Henley is screaming here. Not literally. Son or Fernandes is the biggest decision this game week for captaincy. What do you think?
Oh, Fernandes.
There we are.
Man on form, isn't he? Really, Steve? Son's blank.
So when you come back to us and you come back on the stream next week, you say, why didn't I take my own advice? Not captaining Fernandes. I said that he's banging form, and I stupidly captained Salah. Why don't you captain him then? You're telling all these other people to captain Fernandes, and why don't you? Come on, Dan.
That's why. Because I want to captain Salah. That's why. But you haven't got Salah. You should captain Fernandes. That's my opinion, just based on his current form. It's penalties as well with his
hop penalty that he does. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Adamov is saying the reason why Dan won't be captain of Fanatic because he knows Villa are going to be beating Man United, Dan. Wouldn't surprise me, Dan, if Villa did get a result tonight. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, tonight, which Jason's
tonight,
covering, by the way.
Tonight, 8 o'clock. I'm not sure how I feel about these 8 o'clock kickoffs, but on a Friday evening, or Saturday evening for that matter. But yeah, I wouldn't. The way the season's going, I mean, Wolves have some good chances against Man United, and I think it's going to be quite an even game, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 6 minutes left, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. If you're enjoying the show, support us by hitting that subscribe button. Bruno all the way, Mr. Reed is saying. I'm looking forward to Jason's stream for the match. Sun captain locked. Steve-O, I think I'm following you there. Brian, you know my history with captaincies. To be fair, my transfers, Dan, I've actually got a really good record with my transfers. That's the one thing I've actually very good at is my transfer decisions. It's just that, as I keep saying, they always seem to go against the grain in the sense of all the popular players then cancel them out. Justin Taylor saying good luck for Gameweek 17. Yep, you too, pal. Yeah, hopefully it's the Cy Bellamy I know was talking about the cup. So there we are. Fruit Loops is saying this is the 4th game week with no transfers for me. Fruit Loops, how well are you doing in this particular? Are you like number 1 in the world or something? What are we saying here? 5 minutes left, guys. Yes, we have 5 minutes left. Most people in my league have Son, so I'm thinking of doing Kane, Alex. The kid is saying, what do you think on that? Kane instead of Son as captaincy?
Yeah, decent. I mean, as I say, Kane's been having an amazing season up until the last 3 games, but I think that, he's got a good chance of scoring. So, go in it. I mean, all the Villa fans are looking forward to Jason's live stream. These Villa lot are very confident, aren't they?
They do.
I think they actually need a bit of, I don't know, like a beatdown or something, really, because they're getting a bit cocky for my liking.
Hold on a minute here, Dan. Why do you think they're getting cocky? What's this all about?
Do you know what it is? It's the burn from losing 3-0 at home to them, and the fact that some of my best friends are Villa fans. So maybe Matey Boy was onto something before, but we will see later on. We will see. Be a big. I don't like Man United. There's not many of the teams I do like, really. So we will see. But Adamov 10, maybe he was right.
Alex, the kid saying we're going to go joint top of the league tonight. Well, there we are. Peter Peters, captain question for you: Kane or Fernandes? Fernandes. We have 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left to go, and we've got 4 minutes, Dan. And you're pretty confident with this game week, aren't you? I don't see there's much going on for much panic.
You know what happens though is thank you, Nuclear Atoms. Don't really dislike that much. I don't like Chelsea. Don't like Tottenham. I don't like Man United. I could go on all the time, but for this particular game week,
Burnley.
When you don't overthink it and you just do what feels like a sensible transfer and you're not taking -8s and panicking about the blank game week and all this rubbish.
Say it for a members video.
So I'm pretty chilled with it, really. Just going to enjoy the games and we'll see what happens.
What is the game that you're most actually looking forward to this game week?
Probably Tottenham Leeds.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, myself and Dan are actually covering the Chelsea versus Man City game. Yeah. So Chelsea up against Man City B team. Although, to be honest, did you hear that the Sheffield United game could have been cancelled against Burnley if they had one more case, shall we say? They needed one more case of what, and they would have cancelled the game. And what I don't understand is that they still had a full team out. What's this here? Villa fans have always been grounded in reality. We're never cocky, by the way. I think we'll win 3-0 tonight with Watkins' hat trick. Andre saying, did Jason take a -8? I don't think so. I don't know why he would take a -3. I think a conservative score of 7-2 tonight for Villa. Absolutely. We have 2 minutes. Tavald is saying 2 minutes of everything. Prasanna. Mate, don't worry about the double game week. That's not for 2. I mean, the double game week's like for 2 weeks, Dan. I mean, we could have any news coming through on that, couldn't we?
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't worry about it too much now.
Worry about game week 17.
These Villa fans are going to put their money on their team tonight.
Yeah, put money down. Put 50. Do a Stevo. Do Stevo fantasy bets. El Ghazi, just El Ghazi, Fernandez, Rashford, Martial. What's this, Dan? What are you doing here?
I just realised that I did some bets yesterday because I was so
Tell
bored.
us.
Grounded in ultra reality, the panic. Don't worry. It's just remember always to gamble responsibly. I have to say that. These are just pound bets for a bit of fun, really. So I've gone for some silly bets. Let's have a look here. Burnley, Fulham draw. This was a stupid bet, by the way. Palace, Sheffield United, Everton, West Ham draw. I put £1 on for £35. That I'm going to chuck in the bin because that was just. I wasn't even drunk.
Hold on, Dan. James Gabriella did Che Adams to Rodrigo. What do you think?
Do it.
He's already done it. What do you think about the actual thing? The actual transfer?
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't see Che Adams getting anything.
Stop! No more speaking, Dan. That's it. We're finished. We're done. We can all go home. We can all get ready for the Everton versus West Ham game, which unfortunately I can't watch tonight. Everybody, thanks for joining us. We've got to get out of here. Really do appreciate you coming along for this deadline stream. Dan, final words for people that are watching right now.
Have a good weekend. Happy New Year. Enjoy the game week and see you all again soon.
And as our dome off is saying, Big Bang, dong, dong, dong. That's it. And Brian, he went with Sun Captain. Well done. Fruit Loops, cheers, pal. Yep, usual story. If you're brand new around here, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. Jason is streaming tonight at 8 o'clock for the Man United Aston Villa game. So join Jason tonight at 8 o'clock for the Man United versus Aston Villa game. Join the Discord. He's going to come live on air when we do take callers. That's how the best way to do it is by joining on the Discord. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Elite FPL. So if you want to follow us on any social media, Instagram and Twitter is the place to go at Elite FPL. Other than that, cheers Dan, cheers everybody, and see you all for the Chelsea versus Man City game when myself and Dan will be going live at about 4:15 discussing all things fantasy football. Take it easy.
Cheers.